In this episode, we speak about the legendary T34. Great armor, a deadly gun. Wait, what armor? Ah, that must be a different T34. This American heavy earned itself quite a reputation on its BR. Let's see how we can win a fight against it. First of all, a few words about its performance. Despite its size, this heavy American tank is quite mobile. It reaches 35 kph off-road. At the same time, it goes at a considerable 13 kph in reverse, performing surprisingly well for such a bulky vehicle. When it comes to turning around, though, it takes it 28 seconds to do a 360. Yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, what about the turret and the gun? Its turret traverse speed is not too bad at its BR, 18 degrees per second. It takes the tank 14.9 seconds to reload. And gun depression and gun elevation are from -10 degrees to +15 degrees respectively. What does that tell us? Conclusion number 1. The T34 will outperform most opponents when it comes to turret traverse speed and vertical guidance, which means that it's nigh on pointless to try to flank this vehicle if it has a shell ready. But when a T34 is on a reload, that's a completely different story. Don't hesitate to roll out and open fire. You get almost 15 seconds, more than enough time to land a good shot. Now, a few words about defenses. Facts are facts. This machine is well armored to say the least. Its upper glacis plate has an effective thickness of 150 to 220 millimeters. The mantlet is 203 millimeters thick. The turret, when attacked from the front, has an effective thickness of up to 376 millimeters. That's where we come to our second conclusion. You won't get anywhere by shooting blindly at its front armor. There are some soft spots though. Let's start with the lower glacis. This is the most vulnerable part of the tank when engaging from the front, but it's quite tricky to hit at a distance. And at close range, most T34 will go to great lengths to hide their lower glacis behind natural cover. The upper glacis isn't without its weak spots though. The first one is here, right where the upper armor plate meets the lower one. The second vulnerable point is here, at the top of the hull MG port. Here, the defenses can be penetrated by most shells. The third critical area is here. That's these little bumps below the gun optics. Armor is really thin here, but it's not an easy shot. Another thing to remember is that a T34 carries 5 crew members, and its gunner and loader are very likely to survive this hit. The fourth soft spot is one of the most dangerous for your opponent. That's where the turret meets the hull on both sides of the upper glacis plate. If you land a shot here, you will do a lot of internal damage. Okay, that's it for the hull. What about the turret? Forget about the cheeks. It's just armor for weeks with ridiculous angles. Shoot right through the mantlet, or more accurately, through gun optics. One solid hit, and the tank is no more. If this shot proves to be too tricky to land, aim for this triangle above the mantlet. It's a somewhat easier shot, but the results won't be quite as devastating. Now, it's finally time to discuss different battle scenarios. Let's say you spot a T34 from afar, and you see only the turret. Try to hit the triangle above the mantlet. Fire! That's a miss. Looks like we attracted its attention. Time to get to cover. We're in a tough spot, but that's where smokes save the day. In this case, it's best to use smoke shells that allow you to blind the opponent right at his or her location. Use the cover of smoke And if you don't have any, ask your teammates for help. Close the distance and emerge right at the edge of the smoke screen. Wait for the opponent to waste a shot, roll out, take your aim, and here you go. If you meet a T34 up close, try to blow its tracks off with the very first shot, and then get him from the side. Damaging the gun is also a viable option, especially after your opponent fires a shot. This way, you'll have almost 30 seconds to act. A T34-100, for instance, can land almost 3 shots in this time frame. Well, that's it for today. You know any other soft spots of the American T-34? Share your knowledge in the comments below.